Yeah, I've got it on the phone here.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Talkin Balls around AFI. I'm your host Neil Adams, and joined as always are my lovely co-hosts in Rob, Mark, and Curtis. How are you, folks?
Yeah, not too bad, mate.
Can I say it, Mark, this week, or do you want
Go
to say
for it, buddy.
it?
Swing away.
To the beat.
Love it.
Yeah, boy.
Joining us this week is Cheatcode, who has now added another rule to his cheat codeness.
Another notch to the belt, if you would.
Yeah, another notch to the belt. He is now head coach of the Mavericks. How are you, sir? Declan Mulvihill.
Hi, so far so good, lads. Can't complain too much. The night is young.
So, head coach, Declan, how's that going for you?
Yeah, look, I've been coaching for a good while, coordinating and drawing playbooks and all the rest of it, running drills and training, but a whole different kettle of fish when you're the head honcho. Thankfully, the team of lads that I got in with me, Aaron and Andy, Cormac and Rob, and we have our video analyst Rob as well. Good team to work with, gelled well, and yeah, it's been easy enough sailing compared to other head coaching jobs, I'm sure. Helps to have a team that's able to do it.
Yeah, you don't look any grayer than the last time I've seen you.
It's the lighting.
Yeah. Oh, you're super grey then.
Yeah.
I keep getting this from every year the Jets. I keep getting a new string of grey hairness on my beard. That's it.
Neil just dyes his hair, so he does. He's actually really.
How do you get the roots so dark? You know.
It's fucking grey. How do you dye something that's grey?
No, we're talking about your head, mate.
Mate, that's fucking grey too. I just shaved the sides to the nub.
Yeah, to be fair,
I'm sort of like, Doctor Strange. I've got greyness coming here, but if I shave it really tight, you can't notice it.
Fair enough.
Noted.
Tell me this, Declan. Do you find yourself when you're coaching being like, fuck, I want to get in, but obviously at some point you need to choose the coach, but the wee beast always says like, oh, I want to get on that pitch, like sort of thing, or?
Yeah, absolutely. And even Sunday to Sunday, geez, not actually going down and putting on the pads and helmet every Sunday and Thursday and in person, having to run the drills instead of being in them.
Yeah.
On the odd occasion that I do get into games this season, you really notice as well yourself, like not having run the drills the previous month or whatever it's been. Though the hits in games, they hurt so much more when you're not used to them week to week to week with the team. And like you're not as sharp in the games, you're not playing as well as you know you can if you're training. So look, after a couple of weeks of playing with not training, you kind of get used to the sideline and happy to be there and letting the other lads shine.
So did you inherit your coaching team, or did you have to put one together?
Inherited, put together, a bit of both really. So I would have been the OC last year. And Aaron would have been like quarterbacks coach, kind of OC assistant under me. Andy was the DC and last year, so I would have inherited Andy, so to speak. And Aaron kind of just filled in the void that I left then, stepped up. Robbie and Cormac then came in as like offensive and defensive assistants to help the boys. And then my buddy Rob Shevlin would have been our head coach. Yonks ago, pre-COVID, pre-COVID, like 10 years ago. But I played and draw the lightning with that man, so he came in as video analyst for me.
Video analyst, like what does a video analyst do?
Well, sure, we record all of our games.
And you record? How are you able to record all your games? Do you have that Vimo or whatever, or VO?
With the camera,
not trying to be funny with a camera and a tripod, like.
You just use it on your phone or what?
We just have a couple of decent depth cameras and a tripod and throw them up, and I have fairly good internet here. I have fibre internet, so I upload them every Sunday night after the games. We use watch game film instead of the quick cuts, but I think our subscription runs out, so we may get on the AFI supplied train next year instead of spending the money ourselves. But it's
And what that's
brilliant.
the wee app. It just gives you all the wee.
Yeah,
fancy
it's just the
tools.
hosting site. So we upload it there. I upload it there, and all of my coaches and players can access it then and watch the games back. And it's useful for then. We have a video session the Wednesday before a game where we'll go through bits and pieces, and I can show clips from games that I want to highlight. It gives Rob, our video analyst, our fifth coach, gives him a shot to play-by-play break down whatever we record, whether that's who we're playing next week. This is their tendency on defense. This is how I think we should match it. This is where we're weak. This is where we need to improve. It gives us a real leg up.
Yeah, because the Jets are always looking into something like that there, but obviously, is it the VO, Rob? Is it
Huddle?
Yeah.
I think the league's
Huddle?
using
Is it
Huddle. isn't
Huddle?
it?
It's far too expensive.
Yeah, well, there's Huddle and Vio, both can be quite expensive, you know.
The host
Foresight
app
ground.
seems to be the most expensive part. Like, our camera setup is nothing too fancy. It's just 2 HD camcorders, but the hosting sites are what costs. And even I think our man on the board, Steve, that set up the club with me, he's kind of doing the video side of things. It's a bit of a passion project for him, and he's constantly looking at what's the best way we can stream games next year. So hopefully we can get chatting to UL or UCD, because their setups from the weekend were savage. The UL one in particular.
Yeah, one was the way you need to do it.
Yeah,
that
so
was
whatever they
absolutely
do.
amazing. Like that was like a proper match you were watching. Do you know what I mean?
Now that we're talking about it, I should have called in last week and asked Aidan when is the grant coming for media what's it called?
Sponsorship.
Grants
Is,
or something from the league for
Yes.
live streaming.
Well, they use it. The UL guys use like guys that came down and did it, so they paid a load of guys. Those
right.
guys called full production. And
Well, that'll be why it was so good then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the setup that from the European Championships, the flag, do they not? Because they had the massive
that who
stands
that
and all
was?
with the cameras on.
Yeah,
No.
our one is fairly fucking substantial. Like, it's 20 foot, 25 foot high tripod. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe we get something a drone or something.
You just
Decent
reach up and
4
put it
feet.
on then, yeah?
Yeah, just a wee camera up the top and an app. Yeah, I can adjust it, yeah.
Only one that can.
But it's
Liam
good.
Liam Max says,
we-
Declan, do you need translators for these lads or what?
We're not that
Not at all,
bad, are
hey.
we? Not at all.
You
Hey.
understand this. You're from
terrible.
Loud,
That was terrible. Sure, we have 2 Belfast lads on the team. Well, 1.5 anyway.
And how are they getting on for you?
Who's the half?
Jeff doesn't really live in Belfast, so he's used to play for the Trojans, but he doesn't live in the city.
For all.
So,
Couldn't accuse him
Declan,
of that.
you were saying there a minute ago, mate, that you were comfy on the sideline. Is that your way of saying you've got 1 foot in retirement's door, or what's going on there?
How dare you? No. My wife would like to hear you saying that, I suppose, but no, I firmly believe I've always said since I was 20 starting playing, I'll play until I need a surgery to stop me. So now, don't get me wrong, that's rapidly approaching, knees, ankles. I have glass ankles at this stage, but touch wood, no surgery needed yet, so no stopping, no plans of stopping. I have a kid due in September though, so won't be able to head coach next year.
Oh God!
Second.
So this is just a one-off, is it?
One and pause, not one and done. I'll be
One
back.
pause for a bit. Right,
What
right.
happens if you finally get that coveted championship? Can't step away then.
I'd say what happens, the same thing that happened last time. Actually, Rob Shevlin was the head coach the last time we won a championship, Division 1, and went up. He quit that season as well because he had the 2 and the 3rd on the way or something. So it seems to be the death of Mavericks head coaches when we win championships, as we all are due a baby to come along and take up all of our time. No, look, if you thought the trip back from Limerick was something to behold, you'd want to see us on the way back from Athlone. I'd say if we come back with that ship, it'll be absolute right. They'll kick us out by Navan. That's boy.
No, it'd be nice to see. So it would. The road to Athlone.
There's a bit of history in this fixture if we get over the Rhinos hump.
What's the history? I want to know this history.
The only time we've ever beaten Craigavon in a competitive match was the 2017 championship final.
Oh wow!
Still,
us
because
against the
we only drew with them this year as our best result.
So you're going to pull a Jets?
Pull a Jets. I think you guys pulled a Mav. The Lock Mavericks, as it was. Yeah.
That's it. You get just not use your best players whenever they play against you, and then whenever it comes to the final, we go, here, guys, best players coming back.
Let's propagate that. Yeah.
Yeah. That was good times. Good times.
But-
we remembered.
The last time we won a game was good.
That was the last time we won a game was against the Map. That's so mad.
It must have been the AFI podcast that I heard mention something along those lines, that the Jets have won more finals this last 3 years than the Mavs.
Oh wow, that's a proper
That's
stat.
worse than what we say.
That's
And we're going to be
fantastic.
100% record as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you, the pressure will be on if you get to the play even this year. So,
Oh, it's in the bag. It's in the bag.
Imagine.
Yeah, what do you mean if? It's when.
when?
I know. We've just been holding back for these past load of months.
We knew it would go this way. We wanted
Yeah.
to win the Shield to 1-8.
Yeah, you see, we might get promoted and never get another shot at that shield.
Oh, you're right enough, yeah. Holy
Not
crap,
bad for them to have.
not me. But
The way the chat is around the league, the shield might never exist again.
yeah, I don't like this shield carry on. Like,
What is it? What is the shield? What's
It's the top four play in the shield, and the bottom the bottom
Yeah.
the next
Bottom
four play in a plate.
right? The plate.
It was the idea was decent, like keep competitive football going until end of July. Like it's great on paper.
Yeah.
It gives
No, I
everyone that ninth game. Well,
Yeah,
pretty much everyone that ninth game as well. So it's extra games. I don't see the issue.
it'd
with
be
it.
our seven.
Everybody would, but only like with people like don't want to say the Jets, but other teams would probably be like, oh fuck, I can't see this plate shit far enough. Like, do you know what I mean? Because they're sitting struggling for players, and they're like, oh, now we've
You'd
got an
also
hour
be
game,
curious
maybe
how-
two.
You'd be curious as well how the Crusaders will feel about it, given that they are competitive enough to be in the top four.
Yeah. Like,
Do you-
I don't know.
Do teams take it seriously? And that's a serious question, because whenever you see, like, say you're watching like a tournament and there's the final, which is first and second place, and then the third, fourth place game is usually just like a banter game. Do you know what I mean?
If
Like,
it's like that, given the amount of banter there is in the league in the competitive final, I'd say it'll be a bloody washout in more ways than one. Like,
Yeah. They should make a flag. and play
you
it.
guys really should start playing like hook and ladder play every play now for the next couple of weeks in training just to get ready.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, has to be
every
done.
play.
Hey?
Statue of
Oh, yeah.
Liberties, Fumble Rooskies.
We don't have enough experienced players to start messing about like that just yet.
I know. We just have to say here,
Baptism of
go
fire, Rob.
that way.
All of our experienced players play for the Razorbacks now, so yeah. Bar a couple.
Some came back.
I was going to say they might be back.
I know.
Some came back. But we're looking to the road to Athlone, Declan. You guys are playing the Rhinos, and just recently, like 2 days ago, you've already beat the Rhinos.
30-0 up in the first leg.
Yeah. So,
Can we play it on aggregate?
do you think that maybe the Rhinos were like, you know what, we're going to
Well,
do a Jets here?
we know, we don't know, like, literally. We're pretty damn certain. We didn't see half their offense. We just didn't. They spent their day running up the middle and running to the sides, and that was it. I think they made maybe 4 pass attempts early and then just said, you know what, cards behind the back, show us nothing. I suspect, strongly, how's that for phrasing? Their defense plays their defensive game, though. They are strong, they are hard hitting, constantly hitting. They're just tough. But look, I'd be quietly confident. That's about as much as you're ever going to get a head coach to say. Quietly confident that we can, if not repeat the score of the last game, then certainly put it up to them again. We're at home. They aren't going to be too enthusiastic about coming up the road, I'm sure, after a 30-0 loss in the last game. let's see how the first play goes, then the second, then the third. That's just going to be the message to the team. Like,
But do you think maybe it could be a tactic sort of thing? Like, oh, let's just let's keep their spirits up, and then we're going to come up with our slow offense.
You have two options. You can hide all of your plays and play basic pitch football, like run up the middle, pass a slant. Run up the middle, pass a slant. Or you can come out and show.
That sounds like the Jets' offensive playbook.
New York Jets, fuck you.
Did you get our book? Did you?
Jets, yeah.
No,
somebody snuck it out of your training ground.
Yeah. I don't understand that train of thought, because at the end of the day, there's video footage of the Rhinos, so you can just watch that. You understand 100%. They may have a couple of new plays, but they're not going to get a whole new offense.
Here,
also,
go on ahead.
Sorry. Also, there's 30 plays, maybe in a playbook, maybe more. You still have to get one. It's 1 in 30 chance of getting the right play. So you just come up and play your game. I don't get it. Like, never have.
Yeah, come here. Answer me this. Why does everyone want to share their own film? What do you mean? What advantage is it to me to put all of my games up online? On there's the league-wide, the Quick Cut app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would a team put all of their games up immediately after they play them on that app? Is it just because of the money? Maybe like it's expensive for your team to buy your own hosting site for your own team. So maybe it's a case of, well, all of my players can watch it. Yeah, but every other player in the league can watch it and coach can watch it. I have yet to get a good cogent answer as to why, like, us as the Mavericks would do that.
I don't think it's for your benefit at all. It's not for your benefit. It's for every other team's benefit. So, like, in order for you to share your video, you would obviously want everybody else to share their video so that you can see what they're at as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like being a coach in the NFL. You plan for whatever, you look at the video, like you say, for yourself whenever because that's why you video, because you look at your team and you see what they're doing and you want to go, right, how do we make this better? What are we going to do to stop this thing from happening? And so you're going to get other people's tips. So basically what you're doing is going, I'll give you mine if you give me yours.
But only 2 teams have done it. And everyone else can see it.
Right. Well, then that's not fair.
No. I take that back. Maybe 3 teams have bought in.
I know the Giants are mad for it.
Razorbacks, Rhinos, and Crusaders, I think, have film up on it at the minute.
Did the Giants not have theirs up? Because I know Conan Jaw was asking.
Conan was flat out asking. He got in touch with everyone. To be fair, he did a hell of a job at the start of the year. Got in touch with all of the head coaches and asked them about it. And I was of the opinion that, sure, but I'm not going first.
You put yours up and then I'll put mine up after.
Yeah. I'll work on trust, but like my trust in you.
Yeah.
No, I'm just not sure. It's been a bit of a thing that's been kind of playing on my mind. Apparently, all of the Shamrock Bowl teams have all of their film up game by game for everyone else in Shamrock Bowl to look at. It's just not filtered down to D1 yet. If it's coming, it's coming. Like, don't get me wrong, I just don't get it yet.
Jason Duddy, as you may know, is the chairman of the Cowboys, says the Giants, the Razorbacks, Rhinos, Cowboys, Crusaders all have their up.
Do the Cowboys? Just logging
in.
Quick
anyway. He would be the first person to know because he's the chairman. So he's like, we put ours up. So you're going like, oh, the Cowboys.
I'm currently looking at it. If they have them up, they have them hidden. Maybe I'm not looking at it right. Look, I've only been using the app for a little while, so maybe I'm just not finding them. That's hardly my fault or their fault, really.
Yeah.
Well, no, it is my fault.
It should have
we won't fall out over it, like.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, I know what you're saying is like, it's because we used to have a coach that was like, didn't want to do pre-season games in case we give something away to the league.
As I say, play basic pitch football.
Yeah.
Practice your middle run and your quick pass.
Jason Duddy says the 2023 to 2024 tab.
That's a good point. Yeah. I am well open to.
I'm back in 2017 when we won that thing.
You're an idiot. Option.
Someone's tried to answer your question on Instagram, Declan. So Maxi.96A says it's a collective agreement that should happen around the league to raise the competitiveness of the game. Happens in plenty of leagues and sports around the world. That's what they've said. So,
yeah. Very altruistic of everyone.
Yes.
Look, guys, what we'll be doing is dumping all of ours at the end of the season. Because the best argument that I had heard for it was it gives the Team Ireland scouts a chance to view without attending. And cool, yeah, if that's the reason.
That's pretty good reason too, yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
That was the most common sense answer that I'd heard. Now, I asked here for feedback. I wasn't trying to make a smart point or anything, you know?
Oh, I'm sure you wouldn't do that.
Not on this platform.
As we move on to roster caps.
I swear to God.
So this is how we got Declan on, because Declan came into me last night. It was the most stupid fucking idea I've ever fucking heard in my fucking life.
Which one, roster caps or the Div 8?
The roster caps thing.
Well, I've played Div 8.
To the league, and then I was like, and he was like, and I just laughed or something. I put in a thing, and then he was like, and I'll shout that from the top of my friggin' lungs, and then I'll come on and shout that out. And I was like, right, I'll see you tomorrow. And he was like, oh, right, okay.
Call my bluff. Shit.
Yeah. Well, fuck.
So, tell us your thoughts on roster caps.
Yeah.
Do you not see it as a way forward?
Well, there is kind of a roster cap in place for game days already. What is it, 49 or 50 or something? I'm pretty sure that you can't name or jersey more than 50 bodies on the sideline. It's in the AFI bylaws. Now, I haven't gone and read them, but it was, definitely. The Trojans used to bump up against it way back in the day, and more than likely will again in the coming years, the way they're going. Like, they're looking fairly good for building. But, like, so there is kind of one there. Like, if you're playing on the Trojans, just take for example, and bump up as you're the 51st man and you're not getting dressed every week, you're not going to hang around. And if you are going to hang around, it's because you live 2 minutes away from the pitch. Like, if you really want to play, you're going to drive down the road half an hour or an hour and a half and go play somewhere else. Like, what would your number be?
I was thinking about between 45 and 50.
I mean,
like, there is teams there, but I've seen this at 60 odd, maybe some. Like, I'm near even somebody told me, I think it was even Tyve Henry whenever he was down with us, that they have like 90.
Yeah, but they don't have 90 at training every week. I've heard Rebels tell me that they have 20 odd at training sometimes.
Really?
But like, it doesn't really matter. If they have 90 odd, that's impossible to train.
Yeah.
Because your starters end up all being coaches, not doing the training themselves, and their team diet and performance levels. I just don't think that it's a way to go, especially if there is that natural cap still there for game days.
Is it a natural cap, or is it just the sheet goes up to 50?
Oh, well, either way, that's what I mean. It's a game day cap. You know, if you're 52 and you're really looking to play games, you're paying your rent fee every year. Yeah. Now, as I say, you could live 2 minutes away and just really love the training. I think I'd be willing to drive down the road.
Yeah. Well, what I'm thinking is like, you know, if you've got teams, then you've got 3 teams in Belfast that all of them have about 50 players, 50 to 60 players, and then you've got a team 20 minutes down the road that only has 15, 20 players. It's like, why would you not cut that off at 40, 45, and then say, right here, there's a team down the street that actually needs players, and you can get on for it?
The thing would be, from my point of view as the head coach of a football team, if you didn't want to be here at the, like, to come down for to start out, I don't want you out of sympathy. Like, I'm just showing up because I'm not allowed to play for that team, but as soon as a position opens on that team, fuck yous, I'm out. No, it's like, that's not sustainable for us. Not sustainable for you guys either. Now, you'll get the 1 or 2, sure, that fall in love with the place and that's their club now, and 1 or 2 maybe that take the opinion that I'm a Jet and fuck whoever I came from. Like, really play hard against them. But like, as a head coach, you can't differentiate those for like 3-4 years, and you're there trying to improve your team, but waving bye-bye if the other team loses 3 or 4 bodies.
Yeah.
You know? It's more of a how I would feel about, like, say there was a massive team in Drogheda and we were getting gimme or sympathy players off them. That's how I would view it. Now, don't get me wrong. Everyone that comes down to the Mavericks, more than welcome. Don't give a fuck who you are, where you came from, within reason. You will fall in love with the place because that's what we've built.
Yeah.
But fuck it, I don't want sympathy bodies. I want someone that wants to come out and fight for the jersey.
Connor Scott says, hypothetically, if a team like the Admirals hit the cap, what are they supposed to do if they turn away a player? Where's the player to go?
Limerick.
Limerick.
Yeah.
Limerick.
Well, it
And
is.
if they don't want to go to Limerick, then the Galway Warriors can start up another team, and then we've got more teams in the league.
You guys have a really like nearly as bad as the guys on the other one under centre of how close towns are in the other side of the border. Like Limerick to Cork is an hour and a half away.
That's grand.
It's not.
Like it's literally, if I can, takes me at least 6 minutes to get to the Jets training ground. Like,
My heart
Sure
bleeds
thing.
you.
What are you doing? Half the speed limit? What, 20 miles per hour or something?
I have to stop off and get a bacon bap before I head over. So
The furthest team for us is the Vipers, and they're 50-minute drive, something like that. Maybe.
See, when the Jets took a bit of a split there a while ago, we were kind of half going, somebody will drive past Craigavon to come to us. But like, think it back, that's lunacy. Why would anyone add 40 minutes to their journey to go to a team that's like in the same tier anyway? You know?
Yeah.
Other reasons.
what about your guys? You've two guys from Belfast.
Yeah, they're just smart people that join the Mavericks because they like the club.
Huh?
Yeah.
That was actually
Bad
the-
pizzas.
Apparently a season ago they came down to watch a few games and couldn't believe the crack that we were having on the sideline.
Yeah.
They got
that's
chatting
it,
to some
like-
of the guys.
These are the kebab pizza club.
That's it.
That's what everybody knows you as night. And
Bad
We're
pizza.
trying to make a run at as well. We've now got our
Yeah.
own kebab pizza.
So I've heard.
we also got a kebab
I
pizza. mate.
personally still don't think it fucking touches yours though.
And,
See, we've been doing it longer.
Yeah.
if you stay in Div 1, you might even get a game against us next year, and we'll let you eat some.
I want a promise. If I don't get a written promise,
We should be able to fulfill the games next year, mate.
we'll send
we're
you some of
looking
our
to-
overflow.
Yeah.
We're-
That would be awesome. Yeah, you should have said that.
For
Here, we'll give
pizza,
you a couple of
that's
players if
deal,
you want.
yeah.
Pizzas are players. Pizza holding players, yeah.
So we have a couple of questions for you from the people.
Far away.
So go ahead. Anyone?
I don't have the questions.
Mark,
No,
go first.
okay. All right, there you go, Mark.
Okay, this one's from Jay McCardle 56. He says, "Who's your favorite right tackle on the Mavs O-line?"
You guys seem to read out this question an awful lot.
Yeah, that's what I was
your
saying.
guys.
Like, how many,
It's
how
your
many
fans,
right
what they
tackles
wanna
do you
hear.
have?
We have no right tackles. We have about 17 right guards. That's terrible. I don't mean that, John. You've been brilliant all year.
Yeah. So is this basically a question going, who's your favorite John McCardle?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
John
Hey,
McCardle.
listen, Big Roo has come back now and has been to the few trainings, so he's up to speed again. He played right tackle last time he was down, so poor John would want to watch out now, you know.
John's going to be sitting on the bench for a wee bit, hey?
Or he's coming down to us for the pizza.
Yeah.
Go ahead there, Robbie.
So this one's from Aaron Ricardo, 1992. If you could describe the Louth Horny Boys as a song, what would it be and why?
It's a good job I couldn't.
And also explain what the Loud Horny Boys are, too.
That's what I
another
mean.
one.
It's a good job I can't explain that. I have no idea what he's on about.
You
This
are
is really-
full of shit, Declan.
this is
You know
clearly
exactly what it is.
Some lineman joke that head coaches aren't allowed into.
So
I
you're
actually
the only
wasn't
person in the
supposed to
club
be
that
Horny
doesn't know?
Boys. Is
To
there
my
Loud
int-
something else?
To my eternal dismay, I ended up in the bloody lineman grip this year.
Oh, Jesus.
They're
Sorry to hear
trying to
that.
move my left tackle or my tight end job into a left tackle job.
Oh. That'll be handy enough for you, would it not?
I'm just big and old, is what they're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Curtis.
Reece Gollings wants to know why you won't admit that he's the best kicker.
Why I won't admit it. I think he
Yeah.
knows the answer to that. If he'd ever show up to a bloody training and kick, I'd bet him. That's terrible. I don't mean that, Reece.
Ooh, Reese.
I
is
only
that
mean
you?
that a little bit. No, I refuse to admit that until it's proven. Jerry Lawless is waiting there with his hip hanging off him at training, ready to have a kicking competition.
Would you not go and give them friggin' leader kicking boys a shout and say, here, come on, boys down here, will you?
We got offered. I keep remembering this incorrectly, but I think I have it finally now. The kicking king or the kicking leader lads, they keep offering us at the start of every season, like, we have a guy that's not too far away from you. He'd love to come down and just kick for you guys. And we keep going, well, can he show up every week to training? No. Right. Okay. Here's the reg fee. Oh, no. Right. Okay. So does he want to play for us at all? Not really. Like, he really wants to just kick. Like,
right.
Great. What am I meant to do with that? Him showing up every fucking 8 weeks and then playing every game.
Aye.
You know? I really can't emphasize enough how much I want guys to show up to training.
See him?
Yeah, I bet.
It's a good start to a squad, having people there training. It's a good start.
It is a hell of a start.
Flip me. Like, I mean, is that what they said to you right now? No reg fee.
Not in as few words. Like, we
Yeah.
didn't even go as far as that, but it was really a case of he wants to show up and kick. It's like, right, okay.
You
so
can't
he
do
wants
that
to
there. That's
join the club.
danger as well if he hasn't been in that situation before.
Look, I'm sure the lads have him trained to the point where he can kick like nobody else, like around us. But the fact is, we can all of our squads have a guy, 2 guys, 3 guys that played goalkeeper in soccer, played rugby, fly half, or fullback. Every squad can pick out a kicker. The bitch is the long snapper.
Mm-hmm.
And we are lucky enough to have Dan Finley.
R. McCardle says Bulls the horns for fuck's sake. So is it Bulls Boys? Life Bulls Boys? Is that a thing?
Our song last year was Bulls on Parade for our final walkout by Rage Against the Machine. So I have no idea. There's a cow on the logo. It has horns. I guess they've done something with that. Clever wordplay, making it horny.
Oh, right. He said Bulls horns for fuck's sake.
There you go. Even I was able to piece that one together. I've only started the club and been in it for 12 years or so. What would I know?
That's it. You know what I mean? You didn't know anything about this. Weren't invited. Weren't nothing.
Nah.
You wanted to be a light horny boy and nobody invited you.
Yeah, let's not propagate that one, Neil. Hey, I have a kid already. Another one on the way. Mine works.
That's it.
He needs to prove it.
Chris Bell says, Declan James Mulvihill, what size are your feet?
16s.
God damn.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
double my feet.
That's like we had a player playing for us a couple of years ago, Gary McKelvey. Absolute unit of a man. Like,
it sounds like you ordered me from Wish. What was his name?
Gary McKelvey. He was a UK strongman, big unit of a man, but he appeared in the match one day.
Back. Sorry, just before you continue, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry.
He played defensive tackle for the Knights, us and the Giants, as far as I'm aware, but he appeared at the match with no boots on, and we were all doing our kit check, and he walked up and he goes, "Any of you lads a spare pair of 16s?" We're like, "No, nobody's got a spare 16s."
Could put two together.
And he had to, back in the day, that was when you could just stick on a pair of work boots or whatever in place. So he stuck on his work boots and away he went.
It would have been brilliant if he came out. It would have been just as strange if he came down and was like, anyone got a pair of size 6s? Like,
exactly. Well,
he'd be falling over all the time.
I have to say, we have 2 absolute freaks in terms of boot size on the team. Connor, that asked the question earlier, is another bit of a freak with me. I think he's 15s. So if like he needs boots, I can probably sort him out, but I can't work the other way around, unfortunately.
No. You need to tuck your wee toes in or something.
So you're saying my size 11s won't fit you?
Probably not. No, maybe if I leave the laces open and wear them like sliders.
Right, Mark, go ahead with your next one.
So this one's from Jamie Alley. He wants to know who the Mavs' first competitive game was. So be that when you were on the squad, or what you say the Mavs' competitive game was, or what was your most competitive game?
He's catch. Oh no, I do know it. It was the South Kildare Soldiers in Kildare. It was the South Kildare Soldiers in Kildare, and the video of that game is still knocking about in the club somewhere. It might be on a hard drive of mine here, but there was a fantastic moment. It was our Wooden Spoon Award of the Year at the awards night for the stupidest thing done. The videographer had the whole play perfect, middle of the shot, and just as our guy split the quarterback, caused a fumble, picked it up and went to run to the end zone, it pans to a load of houses right next to the pitch, and the guy shouting, "Go on, yeah!"
Go
So
away.
Dave Ward gets a shout out for the videographing of that game. But yeah, South Kildare Soldiers back in the day.
God damn. Where did they fold?
Oh, before the Reapers. Oh, the Reapers were an offshoot of them, I think. And then the
Not the
Crusaders formed out of both, I believe is the history. Although I stand to be corrected. Like,
Yeah. Robert.
Oh, going again. I haven't. Stephen Trainer, is it? Trainer?
Yep.
Who's the biggest crackhead in the Mavs?
Steven's a lunatic. Steven is a lunatic. What position does he play? Where do you want your biggest lunatic?
Running back.
He's a defensive tackle.
He's a Mike linebacker. You know,
Middle
the guy that you
linebacker,
want the guy that you want to run straight into the A gap and stonewall a massive running back. Steven's a Mike. He's a lunatic. He's actually been moved to Will this year, but it's still the same job, just a different starting position. I absolutely will maintain until the day I die, you need a lunatic in the middle of your defense, and Stephen has been that for the Mavs for, I don't know, 7-8 years now. Love that man.
Connor Scott says, heard it here first. I'm taking all of Dak's boots when he retires.
Hand-me-downs.
That's it. Go ahead, Curdy.
There's none left, is there?
There's
Is there
one
not just
from A Minto.
Is that not that random one?
Minto.
Wait, where's that?
Top left.
I don't have.
Top
Oh,
left.
right, yeah. Saturday game and pints after, or Sunday game and I have work tomorrow.
I think I had this conversation with Minto and I said Sunday. I'm going to change that to Saturday now. Yeah, after last Saturday, that was great crack. So Saturday game, pints after, definitely the way to go, even with a toddler in the house the next morning.
Yeah.
Why does the
Saturday
league
games are
play
great.
all the games on Saturday? Or not Saturday, Sunday? Why is it not the Saturday for the drinks afterwards?
I'd imagine it was just from when the league was start up, like the NFL on a Sunday.
Right, I just wanted to be like
Yeah.
NFL people.
It possibly wouldn't compete as much with soccer as well. I don't know, Saturday morning is soccer.
I suppose that's true, yeah.
Yeah,
Because a lot of the guys
rugby
play
as
football
well
and
on
rugby.
Saturdays.
Like a lot of the sports do that. Like our softball leagues all on Sunday as well.
Yeah.
But it's a pain in the arse because it's like the only day to do nothing. Then all of
Yeah.
a sudden you've got a game. You know, I'd rather it was a Saturday.
Where do you play softball, actually? Because I was in touch with the Navan Dragons just asking them about it.
Belfast, up in Belfast. So not
What's the
playing
name
this
of the
season
team?
at the minute.
Alright.
Belfast Angels is the team I play for.
Around
Well,
the
played
softball
for.
is what we'll turn this into, all right, Curtis? So
Hey,
Well, you should be-
softball's good shit.
You going to join the Belfast Angels, are you, Daki?
I was looking at sports that'd be less contact in
Less hurtful.
American football, but still quirky.
Here, the Antrim Jets have a basketball team.
Yeah, you're tall enough.
You
I
can play.
cannot play basketball without doing my ankles. I come down from rebound and then land on someone's foot and roll my ankle instantly, and it's just not fun
Yeah,
for
just-
everyone.
Fair enough.
I'm also too
So-
heavy now.
Last question is from Dan Finke, the running back. As a founding member of the club, you've seen the club yo-yo from D2 up to SBC, back to D2, and now once again compete for promotion to SBC again. What has been your highlights and what has made you stick it out through the good times and the bad?
I have two highlights. Obvious one is the 2017 championship. We haven't been back and successfully gotten over the line since, and it's infinitely better than losing championship games. The second highlight is going to sound really fucking pansy. It was
Yeah,
the
go
year,
ahead. We're all
the
here
year
for it.
that I, after setting the club up with the lads in college, stepped away and was just a player for a year. I didn't have to coach. I didn't have to do any board work. The club was literally self-sustaining then. by guys that had come in from year 2 onwards. And I talk about that when I'm going for job interviews or anything, as like, this is something that I've done that's self-sustaining, like I've done with the help of guys from college. Robbie Caldwell was one of those founding members. But there was a year where I stepped away from board and coaching, and that was just so proud. I was so happy with that. And like the way the club is now, I could disappear into the sunset and no one would be any the wiser. Like, the club would keep going.
Yep.
That was the goal, starting it up. What was the second part of his question? They were highlights.
Oh, God. What has made you stick out through the good times and the bad?
Stephen Trainer. No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You must be a good crackhead.
I've grown up, I played everything the same way. I'm sure all you did: soccer, Gaelic, hurling, rugby, you name it, basketball, anything. I've given it a bash. I have never come across a sport that has hooked me as much as putting on that helmet and pads and playing this game. It is just different. And it's I often describe it as full contact chess. It's actually a game for the coaches on the sideline, played by the players on the field.
Yes.
That was a good way to put it.
That is indeed. Dave McClellan says, I think Neil Adams will be getting that wooden spoon award from the Jets for the Eagles game.
Need to get more than one for you this season, Neil.
Huh?
Need to get more than one wooden spoon for you this year.
What's that thing? Did you hear about that, did you, Daggy?
No.
They were kicking off, and it was my first game back after 5
Oh,
years.
this was your immaculate first touch.
Yes, mate.
What was the wise words of wisdom, mate, I gave you before the game?
Don't fuck up.
Fuck up. It's like, it literally just had to register so we could actually compete. So,
hey, listen, Neil. Nobody panicked as good as you that day.
Exactly.
That was some top-notch panicking.
It was my first game back, and I was like, fuck me. And I was fucking belting down. I brought the wrong helmet and pads, so the helmet was too tight, the pads were too tight. And I was like, fuck's sake, this fucking day couldn't get any fucking worse. I was wrong.
It had restricted blood flow to your brain. You were confused.
Yeah.
It happens, man.
And then you've got Mark fucking your side, just don't fuck up. Just that's all. It's like, just don't fuck up. I'm like, okay, I won't fuck up. Well, first play, all comes clean and rolling at me.
First play, I was giving you the credit. I thought this would have been like fucking third, fourth quarter when you were shattered tired.
No, mate, this was me first coming on, the first touch, first moments on the pitch. You know, you got Mark's last man ahead, don't fuck up, fucking straight, right, let's go. Let's do this. Door and trainer, straight at me.
Hey, listen,
mate.
The other team were like, oh my god, these guys must be confident to have that as their first.
See, to be fair, I kicked it in between a pile of them, right? But they all didn't know what to do.
Well, to be fair, I wouldn't either. I'd kind of fall on
so
the
I
ball
started
and
trying to run for it, try and pick it up. Fucking. Then they decided to jump on. I was like, fuck, this hasn't been a good day. Then I got off
If
the
you
field.
did that against us, Brendan Sims would have probably called poison, picked it up and run with it anyway.
Look, it was that was a great day. So it was, yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was an awful day.
I
had
think
to drive for 6 hours.
You guys really, you have video of it.
No.
Mate, if we had video of it, I would not be able to live this down. They'd be asking me to play it in every single episode of this shit.
It would be the intro.
Yeah, it would have to be the intro. Yeah, that would be it. Yeah.
Or the outro. Everyone would stay to watch that.
They'd be like, Nate, as we finish off, here's Neil kicking that ball again. Fuck's sake. But Decky, it's been an absolute pleasure, man, and good luck in your semi-final game against the Rhinos. Hope you make it to another final, and hope you make it to the SBC this year. You know, it'd be good to see. Be good to see, sir. Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me, lads.
We've been pulling for you all season, so do it
I'll
this
be
year.
rooting for you, mate.
Yep, we are rooting for you, like
players for pizzas.
I hope to see some of you down there. If there's free spots on the bus, you're more than welcome to travel with us.
Well, happy days, man. That'll do. Well, boss, thank you very much, guys. That's us for another episode of Around AFI. We'll see you next week with maybe somebody else who wants to shout from the rooftops. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.